Hello everyone and welcome back guys to another episode of the Unnamed Motorsport Podcast. Yes, you guys have spoke and have sort of decided actually the worst name in the world is also the best name for our little meme podcast that we do here on YouTube. But we're back today. Finally, Formula 1 returns this weekend. Obviously, there has been some good racing going on. Jamie, did you watch Le Mans last weekend?
No.
Not at all?
No.
Fair enough then. We had, obviously Le Mans 24. Alex Albon won a DTM race as well, even though I watched about 5 laps of it and it was carnage to begin with at the Nürburgring of all places. Not a track you really, like the GP layout, you don't really associate that with too much ridiculousness. But yeah, there were cars pinging off left, right and centre in dry conditions in GT3 cars. Don't know how they managed that. But yeah, how are you getting on though, mate?
I'm good, yeah. I've not been doing very much for the last month, so
you seem to say that every month.
I know. I just don't really have a life, to be honest. So
fair enough. I think we can appreciate that on the podcast as well. But yes, F1 back in Belgium this weekend. The best track, of course, on the Formula 1 calendar. It's not even up for debate. Jamie, do you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree with you 100%.
Oh, I'm actually quite surprised. I thought you'd go like, oh no, I don't know. What kind of weird track do I reckon you'd really like?
I know what my second best is. If you can get that, I'll be impressed.
Bahrain?
No.
Oh. China?
No.
I thought you were going to go with those two because you're weird.
No.
Hungary?
Suzuka is my second favourite.
Really?
Yeah.
Suzuka's your second... Well, we're going to be discussing Suzuka in just a moment, actually. I missed a great opportunity to get straight into that there. I thought you'd set me up perfectly.
That was a segue.
But yeah, of course. That was a segue and a half that I just completely wasted. But yeah, so, back at Belgium this weekend then. There's, rather weirdly, isn't it? It hasn't felt like I don't know if it's been the same for you. It hasn't felt like a particularly long summer break. I think we touched on this last time round as well, didn't we? The summer break kind of just has flown by for me.
Yeah, same for me, 100%. I think the first 2 weeks I was away for it, and then the second 2 weeks I've just been watching football all the time, so...
Yeah,
I've not really missed it at all.
Yeah, I'll be honest. The 3-week break between Bahrain and was it Imola was round 2 of the year, or was it Portimao?
Yeah, it was Imola.
It was Imola. That felt much longer than the break has just been now. It's really, really weird. But yeah, heading back to Belgium though, there's been a few things that have gone on behind the scenes, but we haven't really seen anything summer break crazy like we often get. I don't think, unless I forgot something, we've had some major driver news. Transfer-wise. There's been, very, very little going on. It's very, very weird at the moment. But first of all then, Jamie, let's get our predictions in for the Belgian Grand Prix. First of all, your top 3. You're changing your prediction from last week.
I swear this is the third time we've done Belgian top 3 predictions.
Yes, it is. Are you changing your prediction? What did you predict last week?
I don't know. I think I said Max will win. I think I said Max Hamilton Bottas, so I'll stick with that.
Fair enough. You're sticking with that. I'm therefore going to stick with Hamilton, Bottas, Verstappen. I believe. I want to believe that Mercedes have brought something.
Hasn't beaten Verstappen once this season when they both finished a race.
Yeah, but he has beat him still.
What? Because Hamilton's taken him out, or Bottas has taken him out?
Bottas never took out Verstappen.
He didn't. Yeah, Hungary. He actually carried on, but with about a third of a car left. So.
Well, exactly. That's a third of a car still a car. He might.
Technically still beat Ricciardo.
But hey,
it's a car.
Right, exactly. That was the worst joke I think I've done on this podcast. He still beat Ricciardo, but that's like beating a Robert Kubica.
Wow, he's gone down in estimations, hasn't he, Ricciardo?
Yeah, exactly. And obviously, Kubica almost won Le Mans yesterday until his car broke down in the last lap.
Sad picture of him.
The car broke down in the last lap, so his teammates, the teammates in the other car, won in LMP2.
That was one of 2 things I saw from them. On the other one was the guy waving the flag almost getting run over.
So, yes, that was not great as well. Did you not see the Glickenhaus at the start?
No, I didn't watch anything.
Turn 1, lap 1, locked up and took out one of the Toyotas, and then still finished 8 laps behind them.
Yeah, I've still got bad memories of Le Mans from when I got disqualified from my tour stints. So
somehow, you're genuinely the only person I've ever seen get disqualified from a league race for that sort of thing. But yeah, Spa though, are we expecting any other major changes in the order? Obviously, Ferrari have confirmed their engine changes should be, I think, in time for Monza in a couple of weeks, haven't they?
Yeah.
They're not going to be at Belgium.
So I think McLaren will be quite comfortably third, or Norris will be third, sorry. But,
Ricciardo will be 9th still.
Yeah. The Ferraris tend to not do so well in straight line circuits. Like high-speed corners are quite good, but
see it.
Spa is more just like straight-line speed. So McLaren
Which is weird when you think about it, because obviously Leclerc won 2019, Seb won 2018. Yeah, still. Did Seb also win? No, Hamilton won.
Hamilton won 17.
No, Seb won. Did Hamilton win 17?
Yeah, it was when Vettel was on the ultra softs at the end and couldn't pass him.
Oh yeah. I do vaguely remember that.
Merc was way better straight line speed that year. So.
Yes, no, of course. But yeah, so do you think Red Bull will have the edge then? Because Mercedes' last couple of races have been better top end speed again.
Yeah, potentially. I know in Silverstone it depends on the setups I think they go for. I remember back in France.
Well, this is the thing, isn't it? Yeah.
In France, Red Bull went really low downforce and it worked. And Merc said, they've got a legal engine, but really it was just the wings were quite small. And then in Silverstone and in Hungary wasn't so important, but Silverstone definitely Merc had way more straight line speed. So
but they did at Hungary as well.
Yeah, but it wasn't really relevant because it's such a short straight, and all the Red Bulls got blown up at turn 1. So,
well, yeah.
Yeah, not salty. So I don't know. It depends on the wing setups. I guess Belgium's usually one where they all go quite low. Not so much as Monza, but because the middle sector exists. But like they're still going to be quite small wings regardless. So I imagine it'd be
not
quite
so
close.
much at Monza.
No, I mean more so at Monza. They've got like a post.
I was going to say
rear wing. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I must admit it is interesting this year, isn't it? The way we've sort of seen this ebb and flow with top end speed, because there was. It was always sort of Mercedes trying to stir something up, wasn't it? That when the new Honda engines had come in, the replacement ones, they'd sneakily put some upgrades on there.
Yeah.
Then it seemed like Mercedes kind of realised they were... Almost like Mercedes then went, we're running far too much aero, and have now been able to come back at them. It's all very, very strange, isn't it? Like this...
Yeah. I think the good
swapping
thing is,
around each week.
Like the cars are near enough equal across the whole season, which is really good for the sport. Which is obviously a great reason why we're getting rule changes next year, to mix it all up.
Well, exactly. This is always what happens, isn't it?
Yeah.
F1 announces rule changes and then we suddenly get a banging season.
Yeah. So yeah, I think they're basically equal. It depends on who runs what setup. But Max will want to do well at Belgium. He's only ever had like 2 podiums there, I think.
Has he had 2 podiums there, is he?
He would definitely have one when I was there in 2018.
And then 2020
and 2020
as well.
So yeah, he want to do well. It's basically a home race for him. He's like born about 20 miles.
What do you mean when you were there in 2018?
Oh, you were there as well, of course.
Yeah, we met each other.
Yeah, I've erased that part from my memory. The rest of the weekend was great.
Fair enough. I don't blame you.
Yeah, I remember meeting Bas Volleybalberg. That was the best part as well.
That was a highlight of the weekend, yeah. That's the only time still we've ever met each other in person, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Which seems mad that was 3 years ago.
Yeah, that is crazy. So,
that is rather worrying. In fact, that was now longer ago than we've known each other
before that, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right, well, Jamie and I are just going through a trip down memory lane. Let's get into some of the other news then. Of course, ready for the rest of the season. Of course, we've got a triple header coming up. I mean, we're really rammed between now and the end of the year, aren't we still? We've got, obviously, Belgium this weekend, Zandvoort then the weekend after. I must admit, I would have preferred Zandvoort after Italy.
I think it's always been Belgium, Italy back to back.
Belgium, Italy belong together.
Yeah.
That's what you come back from the summer break to. Why have they put Zandvoort in the middle?
No idea.
I mean, I know why they have.
What, for the Dutch? That's the reason.
No, not even for the Dutch. I mean, just obviously the fact that Belgium and Zandvoort are really close together. Yeah, logistically.
Yeah. And the Zandvoort's going to be the deadest race of the year. Calling it.
Oh, yeah. It'll either be dead or carnage.
Max will win.
Or the other.
I'm fairly hopeful that Max will win.
Well, Mercedes has been pretty good on high downforce tracks recently.
Yeah, but he gets the extra half second from the crowd, doesn't he? Nigel Mansell said it, so.
Does he? Yeah, okay. We'll talk about that next week, won't we? After the Belgian Grand Prix. And when Red Bull have somehow completely ruined their car like Ferrari did a couple of years ago.
Yeah, that was
so I made it half second slower.
Norris podium
inbound, yeah, I reckon so. But yeah, so we've got Belgium obviously this weekend, then we've got Zandvoort, then we've got Monza, we've then got 1 week off, then we've got Russia, then Turkey, and then we were meant to have Japan after that, weren't we? Japan now, of course, has unfortunately been scrapped.
Yep.
So F1 are still dead set on this 23 races this year. Where do you think they're going to go after Turkey to try and get these 23 races in? Because bearing in mind, rank 21 still hasn't even been announced yet.
Yeah, they've still got another TBC, haven't they? I see them back at Nürburgring this year, I think.
Do you see them back at Nürb, do you?
Yeah, even though it was a bit of a terrible decision to put it in October last year, but the race was alright, and Hulk raced in it, so it was good.
Yeah, because Hulk did so well, didn't he, in qualifying?
Hey, he came 9th. That's a good race when
because half the field took each other out. Daniel Ricciardo got a podium.
He was having coffee for Saturday morning, and he finished 9th in the race. Chill out.
Wow.
But yeah, I think they'll be back at Nerb. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do for the other race, because, like, other than...
See, I've kind of got both of them in my head already sorted.
They could go back to Bahrain, I guess.
I reckon it's going to go Russia, Turkey, Mugello, COTA, Mexico, Brazil, and then Bahrain.
Yeah. I was thinking Mugello wasn't this year, was it? No, they've only had one race there.
Mugello was last year.
Yeah. Brazil won't happen.
No, Brazil have already confirmed. I think last week they said it was definitely happening.
Yeah, but Japan confirmed that before the Olympics, and then they could run an Olympic for 3 weeks.
Yeah, but there was always that talk that they weren't going to be able to, weren't they? Even though they hosted the Olympics and Paralympics.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me see if I can find the article. Here we go. 8th of August. Domenicali confirmed that the race will go ahead in Brazil. Because obviously that's when the third sprint race is meant to be, so I think they're desperately not going to try and cancel it.
If it happens.
But therefore, if they try and find a replacement for Brazil, where do they go and where does that sprint race get held in the late stage of the year?
It'll have to be a good track. So.
Well, exactly. Where can we do
Abu Dhabi?
Later on? What?
That was a joke. I reckon they could go Bahrain short and do sprint race there. That would be carnage.
I'm looking at Mexico.
Mexico won't happen.
You don't believe Mexico will happen either? There's no way they're going to be able to get 23 races.
No, they're not doing
unless
23
we do
races.
Like 4 Bahrain layouts.
I'd be very surprised if we go to the Americas at all, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah. Like,
I can't see the way they cancel COTA again.
Well, they cancelled Canada twice in a row. And
yeah.
Like Canada
but
are
that
more
was at
sensible.
a very different stage of the year.
Canada are way more sensible with COVID than America are. So.
Exactly. That's why they're not going to cancel COVID again. They're cancel COTA again.
Yeah, please cancel COVID. Get it over with.
Exactly, yeah. We're banning COVID.
Yeah. That's it. COVID rate drops to 0. No, I don't think we'll go to the Americas. I think it'll be like a 19 race season or something.
Do you think just the entirety of the Americas are going to get scrapped then, do you?
Yeah.
So we're literally going to go Turkey, Saudi Arabia.
Oh, Saudi Arabia.
Oh, it's going to happen, isn't it? We're going to get such a dead end to the year. We're going to have like 3 hype races in a row. Russia's going to be dead. Bottas is going to win. Turkey. And then it's going to be 2 months until Saudi Arabia in December.
Well, they'll put in Mugello and Nerb in that time to replace them. But yeah.
Yeah.
The last 2 races, what is it? Saudi and Abu Dhabi. That'll be fun.
Yeah. Well, Saudi could still be an okay track. Could.
I'd be incredibly surprised. And
I'm not optimistic, but it could be.
And there'll be no W Series that weekend, so...
Yeah. The thing is, you look at that calendar, that track, and you think they could have made, because it's quite a decent shaped venue, they could have done something quite good with it, but it just won't happen.
Well, same as Sochi, they had such an open space. Isn't this the last race of Sochi? I mean, obviously getting
no, they're going to Agora in 2023.
Oh, that's another race.
I think they've got next year as well.
I can't be bothered. Can we just get it off?
Bottas needs 2 more Formula 1 wins. Give him a chance.
You just imagine Bottas is at Williams next year and still wins at Sochi.
Still somehow wins Sochi, yeah. Just like out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you just don't believe we're going to get 23 races in? And
no, I don't think so.
So you're saying US, saying Mexico and Brazil are all going to get scrapped?
Yes.
Bearing in mind they're, 2 months away?
That's a long time.
Not particularly.
2 months is a long time for Formula 1.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
2 months ago, Max had won the title. So.
Yeah, fair enough. We'll allow it. Yeah, so do you believe then... So you just don't think those 3 races are going to be able to get replaced? You reckon we'll get, say, Mugello in the middle somewhere, or Mugello and Nürburgring somewhere in the middle, and then elsewhere?
Yeah, I don't see... I think we'll stay in Europe and just use some old circuits. Potentially go back to Bahrain.
Yeah, because I'm having a look at it. I'm thinking. So we go Russia, Turkey. Like I said, I reckon Mugello is going to be the swap for Suzuka. We could then go Nürb in replacement of COTA. Then we could do... See, I'm wondering whether we're going to get another track comes back this year.
What else is there? You know more about
a track that we've already been to.
Oh, maybe. Go back to Spielberg, IMO.
We can. Well, not one of the third Austrian Grand Prix, do we? But I'm thinking
easy win.
Whether we could get a return. Obviously, they wouldn't do Britain or anything because people would want to go and that would be carnage.
Yeah.
What other tracks have they been to this year where there weren't fans allowed still? I can't see them going back to Imola, because that would
Imola.
just be...
Portimao, potentially. But like,
would they want to go Portimao
I don't
again,
think they
or
want to
would
go
they-
back. It wasn't a brilliant
Could they
race,
do
was it?
Jerez? Is Jerez
I think it's
a
grade 1
grade 1?
listed. I think so.
Is
They used
Jerez
to do
grade
F2
1?
there,
Let
so
me
it
Google it,
seems
yeah.
I mean, I'd love to see Valencia back, but it's basically a wasteland now.
Oh, here we go. I found a good couple of tracks here that they could go to.
Is one of them
So-
Kuala Lumpur? Because that's not happening.
Yeah, that won't happen as much as we'd like
Singapore
to.
been cancelled? Yeah, Singapore's been cancelled, hasn't it?
Singapore got scrapped months ago,
Yeah,
didn't it?
that's it. I want to go back to Singapore. That's a good track.
Yeah. Oh, well, I want to go to Singapore in real life.
Yeah, but it costs about £3,000 million.
Well, yeah, that's that. Estoril
Estoril, that
is still a grade
Isn't that
1
just the
circuit,
worst
although it's
Portimao?
dead. It's dead now because it's got that horrible double hairpin.
I don't know anything about
Mugello,
Estoril.
Imola, obviously Sao Paulo, Monza. You could do... There was one I was thinking. You could either do like Valencia or Aragon, I want to say. Although I don't know if Aragon's grade 1.
Valencia's out of action, isn't it?
No, there's an actual
okay.
racetrack. Yeah, I knew you'd think that.
I know nothing
Magny
about
Core
motorsport.
apparently is still grade 1.
Yeah,
Let's
I
bring
imagine
back
it is.
Magny Core.
Magny Core would be cool.
Yeah,
I'd
let's
go
do
there.
that. Yeah. And bring back... Go on then, FIA, bring back Magny Core later on in the year. Jerez is also a grade 1 circuit, I'm pleased to announce.
Is the Le Mans Bugatti circuit like grade 1?
I don't know.
That'd be
Actually, let
cool.
me have
I
a
saw
look.
the video of the Alpine going around there. That looks amazing.
Yeah, the real one. I don't think Le Mans Bugatti is grade 1.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah. It's not on this
First
list
time
anyway.
since like the 1960s that F1 goes to Le Mans.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they only ever did one race there, I think.
Yeah, and it actually
Might be
counted.
two. I mean, they could do Qatar, Loadcell. That's a really easy word that I can't pronounce for some reason. That's quite an interesting little track as well.
And the
Probably wouldn't
FIA
be
will
great
get
for
rich
F1
off that.
cars. Well, exactly. Exactly. You could go Kuwait Motor Town,
Great.
which is like just a really weird place.
Could they go back to... What's the one in South Africa?
Kailami?
Yeah. I mean,
They're
South
looking to
Africa's
do
in the
that
mud anyway,
permanently,
isn't it?
aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah, that won't happen
Kailami,
then.
I don't think is grade 1 still. They're looking to try and put it back to grade 1.
No, they've always wanted a race back in Africa.
Exactly, yeah. I think they could look at that as well down the line.
We should also stop talking about circuits randomly.
We
for
probably
like 10
should
minutes.
stop talking about racetracks that we want to go to. Let's get into the real big news then of the summer break, Jamie. Twitter went into meltdown because Lando Norris has got a girlfriend. Who cares? Honestly.
Yeah, Stan Twitter is well and truly muddied.
I don't get it. Like, literally, the same people will tweet out about how ridiculous it is that Lando Norris has got a girlfriend, who will then also tweet out about, Kimi Räikkönen's wife is, like, the queen of the F1 paddock. Who gives a shit? Honestly.
It's so bad.
What's the point?
Do these people on Twitter genuinely think they've got a chance of getting with Lando Norris?
I don't
get
get
it's
it.
a dream,
I
but,
just
like,
don't get it.
It's not happening. Just get on with your life.
Yeah.
People who tweet out every living thought, they just need to like get a job.
Yeah, like genuinely, like did people genuinely look at Lando Norris and go, "Oh yeah, I reckon if I play my card,
give me a
right,
couple
if
of
I
years,
give
it'll be mine."
Give him 3 Twitch primes. I reckon I'm in there. Like why? Like, who cares? Obviously, we had a couple of other things where everyone apparently went to Greece whilst it was on fire. We should have got John on for this podcast.
Oh, yeah.
He could have confirmed it for us, like live from the scene.
Yeah, and they.
Actually, I think John was pretty safe, wasn't he? He was quite far away.
Yeah,
from
he's
it.
well
We love
far.
you, John. If you're watching,
It was
you're
like the
definitely not,
smallest
but
bit of
still.
Greece as well. People overacted massively, and it was nowhere
The
near.
smallest bit of Greece.
And it happens
you mean,
every
like, a
year,
tiny
apparently.
island. It does happen quite often, yeah.
So,
Just this year, it's been far more.
Our Greek correspondent said that like it happens every year. I don't know why this year everyone's kicking off about it.
Yeah.
And then he
'Cause it's
probably
the
said
end of the
something
world
like
still,
up
isn't
the
it?
Greece.
Probably. No, it's John.
So yeah, my parents have actually just booked holiday to Greece, so can't wait for
Why
Stan
does that
Twitter
not
to cancel them.
surprise I'm just having a look still through grade circuits. I reckon there's a grade 4 track here that I love.
Is it Bannock
It's
Bray?
called it's Bushy Park Circuit.
Where's
It's Barbados.
Oh, let's go.
It's a 1.25 mile track. It looks brilliant. We're going
There
now,
should
I
actually
reckon.
just be a video game where every circuit exists.
Like every track in the world.
Yeah.
You're aware
Like-
just how many dead ovals there are in
Well,
the
like
US
you,
at like eighth of a mile. And
Someone
things
make
like
a
that.
mod for like what's the Google Earth one called? Flight Simulator. Someone make a
Yeah.
mod for that where you can drive around every circuit that exists.
I think people have already looked onto it, but yeah.
That,
Yeah, no,
that's a
every
good
track that
video.
exists
looking
would
at
just,
every
like,
track
not
in
work.
Google Earth.
Are we going to do that, are we?
That'll take ages. There's loads of tracks.
That would be, horrendous to try and do. I mean, you can land on Daytona and Indy.
That's pretty cool. I've never played Flight Simulator. I kind of want to, but...
Have you never played it?
No.
It is good fun, to be fair.
Just crash into your house. That's what I want to do.
Exactly. Yeah, no, that's the first thing I did. I mean, this has gone more off the rails than normal, hasn't it? Let's be fair. Let's talk about our... Right, I've got two more things I want to talk about, Jamie. One of them's on the script, one of them isn't.
Okay.
Let's talk then. We've been hyping this up for months. We have said it so many times. Renault need a junior team.
Yeah.
And now, there's the slimmest of chances that we could end up with one. Talk me through it.
Well, there was an article on the race this week, or last week, that was the guy, what's he called, Budkowski, or whatever his name is, what has been talking...
Did you say Tchaikovsky?
No, Simon...
He was a musician, wasn't he?
Simon Budkowski is his name. I think that's his name.
Who?
The Renault Alpine manager, who's better than Cyril, because he's got hair. So...
Right, let me have a look. According to this, it's Laurent Rossi. But
no, it's Simon.
Right.
It's technical director. I swear he's called Simon, I know that. But he said this week in an article that they've been talking to new entries. So there could be... Obviously, it's not going to be until maybe 23 at the earliest, probably 2024, talking realistically. And by then, Guan Yu Zhou will be a pensioner, so I don't really care. But there's a talk of Renault getting a junior team, which would be amazing because they've got such a good academy.
Well, originally they were looking at Williams, weren't they?
Yeah, Williams would be cool. I don't think that'll happen with the Ties Mercedes one as their B team sort of, but it would be great if Williams Renault bring it back. That was what Williams Renault has existed before, hasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
It won multiple
didn't
world
they win
titles.
all the titles with Renault? Yeah.
They won multiple world titles. Yeah. Having a look as well. Sorry, quickly. Are you thinking of Davide Brivio?
No. Look at
because
the article.
I genuinely cannot find anyone here called Simon. Like no Simon works for Renault.
They do. 100%. Hang on, I'm googling.
Yeah, seriously, I cannot find anyone called Simon
swear.
who works for Renault. I think you are thinking of Davide Brivio.
No, on this article it says Budkowski. What's his first name? Oh, it's Marcin. It's not Simon.
I was going to say, I found Marcin Budkowski, yeah.
Why do I think it's called Simon?
How did you get Simon and
I don't
Marcin?
know.
I'm pretty butchering that anyway, but still.
He's Polish, so it's quite likely he's called Simon.
Is Simon that common a name in Poland?
Yeah, I've got a Polish uni mate who's called Simon.
So you know one person from Poland called
Yeah.
Simon. Fair enough. We'll allow it then. So yeah, Renault Williams could be returning.
That'd be great.
Who would their junior drivers? Who would their junior team be? Because let's be fair, by then, with a bit of luck, Alonso's gone.
Yeah.
So you have Ocon and Gasly in your A team.
Nah, Gasly won't go to a team with Ocon in it. I think
Yeah,
by then, who's the one leading the title? He'd be ready by then. What's his name?
Oscar Piastri.
Yeah, Piastri. He's Alpine.
Piastri's getting the seat next year. He's going to get it over Zhou.
What? The seat that doesn't exist?
Yeah, but yeah, basically.
Great.
I reckon he's going to get hired by someone next year. Surely.
No, I don't think so.
Surely, if he wins F2.
He'll be a reserve driver and then get one for 23.
What? He'll take Alonso's place in 2023.
Potentially.
When Guan Yu Zhou finally accepts and moves to GT racing.
No, Guan Yu Zhou is being a Williams driver next year.
He's just not, though.
Yeah, he
It
is.
just isn't. If anyone's getting that, it's going to be Oscar Piastri. I can't wait for Dan takes him still somehow to get it. Why would Piastri?
There's no link at all. Guan Yu Zhou's got money.
Yeah, but
he's bringing all that
Williams
Chinese
have literally
dollar.
said they don't need money.
No,
it's
but
not
Guan Yu
dollars,
Zhou's...
by the way. It's renminbi.
I know. Guan Yu Zhou's a good driver and he's got money, so he's like got one up on the
Piastri's
CP.
better.
He's not better.
He is.
Zhou
Look
is
at
more
F2.
ready for F1. I will die on
he's
this
not.
hill.
Oscar literally dominated F3 last year. He's dominating F2
He's
this
not.
year.
He's like 2 points ahead of
That's
Zhou.
dominating it.
How is
5
that dominating?
points, mate. 5 points.
Okay, whatever. I don't care.
You're
Zhou's-
aware as well, in the last 2 GPs, Guan Yu Zhou's literally scored 35 points.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Piastri has scored 56.
And what about the first 2 GPs?
Well, I'm going to guess that
Zhou
Guan
scored
Yu
more
Zhou
than him.
scored slightly more, yeah.
So, and if you only need to go to your last race, and Guan Yu Zhou won the last race.
Yeah, but he also span and stalled it last time out.
We ignore
Can
that.
we also, yeah, for a second, I think we've mentioned it before, but how dead is it Formula 2 been this year because of the calendar?
The
Same with
calendar's
F3.
ruined it almost.
It's been so disappointing, hasn't it?
It's alright because when F2 is on, it just takes over my weekend. So I'm almost glad it's not on every weekend.
But I'd rather they still had 2 races. Because the
Two-
problem is for me as well, because of my work, I always miss sprint race 1 anyway. Like, just every time.
Well, there's been talk of going back to the previous.
Yes, I think we did
setup.
discuss this once before, haven't we?
So
It's
I
been
hope they do.
so disappointing this year.
Yeah, the 3 race format hasn't really worked. So
No.
I hope they go back. I think
Well,
they
I'm not
probably
even
will.
sure the 3 race format hasn't worked in particular. There just hasn't been enough race weekends.
Yeah,
But I
it's
guess
so
obviously
spread
it's
out.
because of budgets, yeah.
Yeah, the
Like,
teams are
let's be
struggling for
fair.
money, but like
They could have done it more like Formula 3, where we get... Say, for example, you do Sakhir, Monaco, Baku, Silverstone like they've done. You put Belgium in there, Monza in there, Sochi in there, and when we inevitably end up going back to Bahrain, and you scrap Jeddah and Abu Dhabi.
yeah, and it's just like more compact, so it feels like
Exactly.
you're waiting less time.
Yeah,
so I think
I'd
after the
rather
first
have-
race, we waited like 7 weeks, and then we waited
Yeah,
2
it's
months
ridiculous.
from Silverstone to Monza. It's
Yeah,
like,
it's so dumb.
Yeah.
So dumb. But yeah, quickly then, before we round out, a couple more things to discuss. First of all, the rumour that Callum Ilott might be on Formula 1 next year with Alfa Romeo. What are our thoughts on that?
I think I called that. I would have to go and check.
Probably.
But I think in our driver predictions, I said that he'd be at Alfa Romeo. And if that's right, then I'm claiming that.
You're claiming that
I think
as...
out of all the Ferrari drivers, Ferrari juniors, he'll be the most likely to make it, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, you look so far. Ferrari have come out recently, haven't they, saying that none of their junior drivers have performed the way they'd hoped they would.
Which is a bit of a shot at Schwartzman. 'cause
Pretty much. I mean, you look, who have they got? Schwartzman, who's 3rd overall, could still win Formula 2
He could
this
still
year.
win it. He's been doing reasonably well, at least.
Exactly. Who else have they got?
Oh, Ilott.
Lundgaard's not,
Lundgaard's
is it?
Alpine.
Yeah. I don't know, who else have they got?
They're at the New Zealand one. Armstrong. He's
Is
Ferrari.
Armstrong
Yeah.
thingy? Armstrong's not... Oh, sorry, New Zealand. I was thinking of Brazil. I was looking at Drogovic. Is Armstrong? Yeah, no, he is
Armstrong's
as well, isn't
Ferrari.
he? And he's been awful this year.
Yeah, he's been below
I mean, he's been
average,
unlucky
definitely.
as well, but 3 points finishes all season has been woeful by him.
Yeah.
He just hasn't gelled with this new calendar,
And they've
this
got,
new format.
They've got Arthur Leclerc in F3, but they only have 2 drivers, Schwartzman and Ilott.
Yeah,
No,
but
Schwartzman and Armstrong.
let's be
sorry.
fair, Leclerc is literally just Charles 2.0. in
Yeah, he's
terms
only
of
there because
an
his name's
absolute
Leclerc.
masochist.
So, yeah, just an absolute terrorism at every
I swear,
single
like
braking zone.
half of the Formula 3 races I've seen this year, like there's just a shot of him flying off into the gravel in the background.
Yeah, a bit
Because
like
F3
F1, really.
this year has just been absolutely dominated by one guy, like the
Norwegian.
he's from Denmark, isn't he, or Norway? Yeah, Dennis Hauger. 152 points to
He's
Jack
really
Doohan's
good.
89.
I like the look of Hauger. Who's he
Hauger is
with?
yeah. What's that?
Which
He's Kramer.
junior team?
Yeah.
No, but which F1 team's he with?
Has he got one?
Well, he
I
will
didn't
do
think he
soon,
had one,
surely.
so he will do. Yeah,
He was
definitely.
born in 2003. I'm so old.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it?
Oh, he's a Red Bull. Oh, no wonder.
Oh well, there we go then. So he's going to be
He's going to replace Tsunoda
he's going to
in a couple
be
of
in
years,
Toro Rosso AlphaTauri next year, and then going to be in LMP2 cars in 2024.
Yeah,
It's going to be great.
he's going to be
It's going
in
to be great.
AlphaTauri, Red Bull, sacked
Yeah, for
in
6
18
weeks.
months.
It's a dropped. Yeah, it's going to be a wild ride. Dennis, enjoy it, mate, whilst it lasts.
Well, Red Bull, to be fair to them, don't really have any like top juniors at the minute. I don't think,
No,
apart from Hauger.
because they
so
keep getting
he's got
rid
a
of them.
good
I
shot.
mean, no, you say that. You've still got Gasly. He's still
25.
technically a junior.
I know,
yeah, but he's still
not
technically a
getting back
junior.
into Red Bull, is he?
Is he not?
I don't
I'm
think
wondering
so.
more and more now whether they will.
I hope
And then
he
we'll
does.
just get stuck
I'm
in
a
a
Gasly
cycle.
fan, but I don't think he will.
Yeah, but he'll just get pooed on again, won't he?
By Max, probably, but then Max does
Yeah.
that to everyone. So
Well, yeah. Not Ricardo.
yeah, but the team wasn't fully so focused around Max at that point. So,
But they were. That's why Ricardo left in the end, wasn't it?
yeah, well, you could see it going that way, and he was going to become Mark Webber, so he just left.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I mean, life moves pretty fast. He came in, dominated
Golden
Vettel.
boy, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. He was like expected to be their next world
2015
champion.
gave him a midfield car. 2016,
Yeah.
Max came in and it was pretty equal. And then by
Yeah.
2 years later,
2017 was still equal.
yeah, 2017.
But
was
you could
equal.
tell they were just so focused on Max because he was younger.
Yeah, and he's more of a world championship shot, which
Is
he
he?
was. Yeah,
At that point, I wouldn't be convinced.
I guess Ricardo was more ready, but they didn't have the car for it, and they knew that by the time they had a car for it, Max would be ready. I think.
Yeah, but do you not honestly believe if Ricciardo had stayed there, he could have kept up with Max? Because if they didn't complete, because the thing is, you sort of put yourself in a paradox, don't you?
Yeah.
Where Max was ready because they were building the car completely for him, but had they not built a car completely for Max, Ricciardo would have been ready.
Yeah, and
In
Ricciardo
my eyes,
performed way better in Red Bull than he has anywhere else.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, he probably would have demanded that the team actually make the car a bit balanced rather than, like, when they got Gasly in, they only had Max to tell them how to build a car. So, like, they basically just went with him. So I guess, yeah, Ricciardo would have definitely won more races since if he'd have stayed at Red Bull.
Possibly.
But
Yeah, definitely.
He'd have done better than Perez or Gasly or Albon. I almost forgot his name.
Well, this is the thing, isn't it? This was the last. I think this was the last thing I wanted to discuss. I felt like there was one other good thing I wanted to talk about, and I've completely forgot what it was now. Keep talking about Red Bull for a second. I need to think.
Yeah, the junior team, obviously they always look for the next Sebastian Vettel, which they've kind of got in Verstappen, but they haven't really got one coming up after, because obviously Verstappen's going to Mercedes at some point. So,
well, Dennis Hauger.
Yeah, that's the thing. Dennis Hauger's got a really good shot, I think, because he's doing so well in F3. So, yeah, Norway World Champion 2020-30. No, 2030.
2020-30?
Yeah, give it 1,600 years.
18,000 years, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's difficult, isn't it? I'm trying to think. There was one other thing I really wanted to discuss, but I can't remember what it was off the top of my head.
We'll never know. Is it in the script?
We'll never know. I'm going to remember it 10 minutes after we leave. It's not on the script, no.
Well, I guess we'll never know.
That's really annoying me. Why didn't I write it down? So professional, Matt, as always.
That's poor from you, that.
Yeah, it really, really is. Yeah, what was the last thing? There was one other thing we were going to discuss as well. Callum Oylott coming back. And then 2022 Red Bull. Do we think Perez is going to keep that seat?
Either way at the minute, I really can't call it. The thing is, I really don't see Red Bull, like, not being stubborn, because by getting Gasly back, they basically got to admit that they were wrong.
Yep.
Which I don't see Helmut Marko admitting he's wrong ever.
Nope.
So, if they get rid of Perez and don't get Gasly, who else are they getting?
Could try and get Ricciardo back?
I could see Bottas there. Like, genuinely.
What, just out of spite for Mercedes?
Not out of spite, just they know he's a amazing number 2. It's better than being a Williams number 1, I think, being a Red Bull number 2. And he's really good in qualifying. So if he's able to push Hamilton every week.
But like we said last time round, Bottas can't do anything with a slippery back end.
Take that out of context.
Well, exactly, yeah, that's going to get old shot.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they'll keep Perez, to be honest. But I'd almost like to see Bottas there, just so he can almost measure
It would
Max
be
against
interesting,
Hamilton.
yeah. Yeah, what happens when Bottas beats Verstappen? I mean, it won't happen, but imagine.
Bottas would get trounced in that car by Verstappen.
Imagine if he did, though.
Oh,
Like
I would delete Twitter for like
Twitter
2
would just be a
months.
meltdown. It would be incredible. It would be absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
But yeah, I reckon Perez is keeping that seat for next year.
Give it Dennis Hauger.
Give it Dennis Hauger.
I'm on this hype train now. He's my favourite F3 driver.
Oh, right, here we go.
I haven't watched an F3 race all year.
He's going to get into F2 and then just completely get washed up.
Yep.
Well, I mean, F3's back on at Belgium this weekend, so you got a bit of chance there.
I might watch it.
Yeah.
Give my support to my guy.
Yeah, your new guy. Jump on the hype train for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to see Dennis Howard not score points between now and the end of the year and still wrap up the title.
He probably would. That's the thing.
There's a fair chance mathematically. I still think he has pretty much done. Let me do the maths quickly. I think mathematically he's
the real
he's pretty
stories
much
we
close.
all want to hear about is Dennis
Exactly.
Hauger.
Could Dennis Hauger, based on averages, 89 divided by 4? No.
There's three rounds left.
He'd be 3.75 short if.
So
Jack
he
Doohan
probably could basically win the title
exactly
this
as well as he's done so far. Yeah. Oh no, I didn't mean mathematically. I meant on averages.
Right. Fair. Well.
Yeah, no, he's no chance he's going to be able to wrap it up before Zandvoort.
I suppose.
Because there's like 60 points available a weekend.
F3's going to America. They've never gone outside Europe, have they?
Yeah. Well,
that's quite cool.
I always knew they were going to America. It's because they had a couple of years ago, didn't they? Yeah, no, it's because a couple of years ago they did like the, I think it was American F3 Championship, and I think it was genuinely like 5 cars were there.
Oh.
It was so dead.
The Asian F3 Championship in January, Guan Yu Zhou won that. So
he did, didn't he? Because
Yeah.
he was up against 14-year-olds. he was. There was no one else there.
it was only for the super license points, and he got it. So
Exactly.
fair play.
But it was still so ridiculous.
Well, he won it. It was like 3 races all at Abu Dhabi. I don't know what the point of it was.
Yeah, it was so dumb. It's so dumb. I mean, you've
But-
got that new Indian series, haven't they? That's meant to apparently
I've
going
not
to be
seen
quite
that at all.
interesting. Have you not seen that? Like,
No.
it seems like they're actually doing some good stuff with it as well. Because like the winner
It's
of it
Mahavir
gets a
racing.
paid seat in the next series up. No, Mahavir's getting to win 12 Romeo next year, isn't he?
Oh yeah, he tested, didn't he? We should probably
Yeah.
end this podcast.
We probably should. We should. Anything else to add quickly
Who's
before we
still
end?
watching at this point anyway?
Well, I
Like,
mean,
you've got
yeah, let's be
you
fair.
can only blame yourselves. I don't have anything to add.
Anything else to add? No, don't think so.
Oh, the
What-
driver lineup. We didn't talk Merc. They need to decide soon.
We did discuss it. Did we not discuss it
No,
at
we
the
didn't
start?
discuss that at all.
Oh,
But
yeah,
they're going
Mercedes.
Russell. We're both set
Perhaps,
on that.
yeah,
So-
they're going Russell, surely. I think that was the thing I wanted to discuss. To be honest, but I
Maybe.
thought we'd already discussed it.
Russell
yeah,
to Merc.
surely. They've
Hulk and
Toto
Joe
Wolff's
to
come out and
Williams.
said. Yeah, Toto Wolff's come out and said he wants that decision made by the end of September. Surely it's Russell.
It's got to be.
Surely.
Yeah.
It's gotta be Russell. It's absolutely gotta be.
And then you got Hulk and Joe Williams as well.
You don't. You just don't.
I would love
cannot
it so
genuinely.
much.
I cannot see Hulk getting back into Formula One.
It was his birthday last week. He's 34. I didn't know that he was that old.
Yeah,
That's
he's
like-
ancient, isn't he?
That's quite old.
Yeah,
like-
exactly.
As a Hulk
Well, I mean,
fan,
if you look at
obviously,
Alonso,
I want a Hulk back. But
you want a Hulk back.
if he was any other driver who I wasn't a fan of, and there's a random 34-year-old trying to get back into F1, a bit like Alonso, really, I'd be like, get out. What's the point of you?
Yeah, exactly.
Especially when Hulk's never done anything.
Yeah,
At least Alonso's won titles.
Like we always said, that was always the thing between like Perez and Hulkenberg. Is like when there was that big result on the line, Perez would get it done.
A lot of it
Hulk
was down to luck. But yeah, you're right.
Some of it was down to luck, but there was still weekends.
Singapore
where-
17, shut up. I'm not
Yeah,
interested.
Singapore 17 I can accept, but you look at like Russia, 2014 I want to say.
15 it was.
15.
That was when Hulk got taken by Ericsson. That was fun.
How do you remember that? All I remember from that was All or Nothing, Kimmy.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. That's luck. Perez was going to finish 5th, and then Raikkonen for the first time in
But
his
he
career.
managed
That's
to
a
nurse
stupid
those
move.
tyres all the way to that point, which enabled him to get that P3 back. Because he
But,
was running
like-
P3 with like 5 to go.
In what other context would Raikkonen send it up the inside of turn 3? Like, that's just a stupid move. Like, why is he doing
Turn
that?
4, but still.
Yeah. No, turn 5, actually. But yeah.
Is it turn... No, how is it turn 5?
You got the little kink as turn 1 at Sochi, isn't it?
Yeah. Then you got
And
the
then 2
braking
and
zone at
3.
turn 2. No, that's turn 2.
No, it's turn... No,
it's
not.
turn 2!
It's not.
I'm not having that. I'm not having that.
End this
Let me-
podcast. It's gone 40 minutes. We need to stop.
Yeah, let me... I just want to prove you wrong. And then we will end it. Let's have a look at this circuit.
We've got things to
Turn
do, Matthew.
2. Turn 3. Then 2... Turn 3 is the long flowing left-hander.
Well,
I'm not having that. I'm
Okay.
not having that. But
turn 5's
I mean,
the one where you blew up in season 12. I remember now.
yeah, well, I got blown up. Well, it was between turn 5 and turn 6, really, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Which the
that's-
more and more I see that clip, the more deliberate it comes across to me. I'm
The
gonna
more
be
you should have
honest.
backed out.
What?
It wasn't even my incident. I don't agree with you.
Hey? Why should
was-
I backed out? He dive bombed me into
He
the
was
corner.
up the inside.
And he pushed me at a wall.
This is real. No one's going to know what we're on about.
No, exactly.
Insert
exactly.
clip of Matt getting blown up now.
Exactly. But, I mean, thank you all for whatever reason if you made it this
You
far.
better edit
This
that
is-
in.
I'm going to have to edit that in now,
Yeah.
aren't I? God, that's going to be difficult to do. Thank you all so much for watching this video nonetheless. For whatever reason you've stuck around this long. This is descending more into anarchy than normal for us two. But we'll be back next week discussing the Belgian Grand Prix, of course, when Hamilton takes home a win and Verstappen once again fails to score points. I'm sure, like I said, I'm going to remember what I wanted to talk about in this video about 2 minutes after we leave. But yeah, we'll be back very, very soon. Thank you all so much for watching. Jamie, enjoy your camping. And we'll see you after the Belgian Grand Prix.